Welcome back, dear listeners, to another chilling episode of Shell's Spooky Stories. I'm your host Shell, and tonight I have a tale that will transport you into the misty hills of Scotland, where ancient power stirs and dark forces threaten to consume an entire village. What I'm about to share with you kept me awake for weeks after I first encountered it. Even now, as I sit here in my recording studio, the memories make the hair on the back of my neck stand up. This is the story of Eilidh Mackenzie, a young woman born with a gift that marks her as both blessed and cursed. You see, Eilidh can see beyond the veil that separates our world from the next. She can hear the whispers of the dead, feel the pulse of ancient magic in the land, and glimpse shadows that most of us, thankfully, remain blind to. But Eilidh's gifts isn't just about seeing spirits. No, dear listeners, it goes much deeper than that. For generations, her family has served as the guardians of something ancient and powerful, something that sleeps beneath the Highland hills, something that should never, ever wake up. Picture, if you will, the Scottish Highlands in 1972, a land where the old ways still hold sway, where people still leave offerings at fairy mounds and whispered prayers to the Eilidh, the ancient goddess of winter. This is where our story begins, in a village nestled between mist-shrouded hills, where Eilidh Mackenzie is about to face the darkest night of her life. It starts with a crow, not just any crow, mind you, but a harbinger, a messenger between worlds. Eilidh's great-grandmother Agnes had warned her about this moment. "When you see the crow," she said, "know that the veil between worlds grows thin." But what Agnes never told her was why. What terrible secret had the Mackenzie women been keeping all these years? The signs begin small at first. Livestock refusing to graze in certain fields, children speaking of shadows that move against the wind, whispers in the night that seem to come from the earth itself. But then the nightmares start. Every person in the village, young and old alike, plagued by the same terrifying dream, a darkness rising from beneath the hills, consuming everything in its path. But it's what Eilidh sees that truly terrifies her. In her visions, she witnesses something ancient and malevolent stirring from its slumber, an entity so powerful, so hungry, that its presence begins to twist and corrupt the land around it. The entity has been bound beneath the earth for centuries, sealed away by rituals and sacrifices long forgotten. And now, dear listeners, those seals are beginning to break. As the darkness grows, Eilidh must seek help from three mysterious figures. Maeve, a wise woman who guards ancient knowledge. Morag, a reclusive hermit with powers that defy explanation. And Lachlan, a man who speaks with the voice of the old gods themselves. Together they might stand a chance against the rising darkness, but only if Eilidh can master her gifts in time. But the entity isn't content to wait. It begins to reach out, to touch the minds of the villagers, feeding on their fears and turning neighbours against neighbour. The darkness seeps into dreams, corrupts memories, and twists reality itself. And through it all, Eilidh feels its hungry gaze fixed squarely upon her. What follows is a tale of ancient magic and terrible choices, of sacrifice and redemption. Eilidh will journey to places where the veil between worlds is tissue thin, confront spirits both benevolent and malevolent, and ultimately faces a power so vast it threatens to consume not just her village but the entire world. She'll discover the truth about her family's legacy and the price the Mackenzie women have paid through generations to keep the darkness bound. She'll learn of the Eilidh's well, a source of power so ancient it predates humanity itself. And she'll have to decide how much she's willing to sacrifice to save those she loves. But perhaps most terrifying of all, dear listeners, is the question that haunts every page of this tale. What if the entity isn't trying to break free at all? What if it's trying to break in? As Eilidh delves deeper into the mystery, she uncovers shocking truths about her village's history, about ritualistic sacrifices performed on moonless nights, about pacts made with the forces beyond human comprehension. She learns of a time when the Highlands were home to beings far older and more terrible than any ghost or spirit, beings that might be awakening once again. The entity's influence grows stronger with each passing day. The mist that shrouded the hills began to move with purpose, hunting through the streets like a living thing. Livestock is found mutilated in ways that defy natural law, and the dreams, oh the dreams, become so much worse. But it's when Eilidh discovers the true nature of her inheritance that everything changes. That gift passed down through generations of Mackenzie women isn't just ability to see the spirits, it's something far more ancient and terrible, something tied directly to the entity itself. I could tell you about the battles that followed, dear listeners, about the night when the stars themselves seemed to dim as Eilidh faced the darkness with nothing but her will, and the ancient power of the hag flowing through her veins. I could describe the sacrifices made, the lives forever changed, and the price paid to keep the darkness at bay. But some stories are better discovered than told. Some truths are better unveiled slowly, in the dead of night, when you're safely tucked away in bed with a warm light nearby. Because this story, dear listeners, this tale of ancient power and modern courage, of darkness and light and love and sacrifice, this story will stay with you long after you turn the last page. For those of you brave enough to want more, you can find the complete tale in my book, Echoes in the Mist, Tales of the Highland Seer, available now on Amazon in both paperback and Kindle formats. But I warn you, once you start reading, you might find it difficult to stop. After all, the darkness has a way of drawing you in. Thank you for joining me on this spine-chilling tale. Until next time, dear listeners, stay safe and remember, if you see a crow watching you with two intelligent eyes, perhaps it's best to hurry home before darkness falls. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's chilling tale, but the hauntings don't have to end here. If you love ghost stories and crave even more spine-tingling content, why not unlock the other side? Join our exclusive membership for bonus episodes, behind-the-scenes extras and much more. The link is waiting for you in the description below. And do you have a story of your own? Something that keeps you up at night? Share your experience through the links in the description. You might just hear your own story being featured on upcoming episodes. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow ghost story lovers, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a shadow in the dark. Stay spooky, and we'll see you on the other side.